Here we have the really nice things I found at the market. Especially I'm happy about the tomatoes and that this one stand finally had the bones from the beef so I can do beef broth. When I went to the market to take it or do it really quickly, I just went to the farmers market we have there in town and there to the veggie stand, and I went from left to right and just whatever appealed to me. I said, give me one or two of these things. The carrots, I took the ones with the green on because I want to use it later on to do smoothies. Also in town, I really took the time and luxury to indulge into spices. I bought different kind of spices which I then wanted to make into a special rub. You can see for this brisket, the brisket is 2.3 kilos I believe, and I do it in two batches because I want to try one with a rub in a slow cooker, and the other stuff I want to do in a pressure cooker with no rub and just see how the difference is. These are spices in whole grains, so I can put them into a pan and roast them a little bit. Also, you can see here this nasi goreng, and that is dried veggies. It's already a pre-assembled mix, but no additives, really just, well, what you see. And I also took the luxury to buy some very high quality rice, basmati rice. For the one I paid €5 and for the other one 7.5. But when I did it, I really could see a difference compared to the rice I had at the river. This one is way more fluffy and it just, I don't know, it just looks so much better. Okay, so here you have the spices, which I put then in the pan to roast them a little bit. This here is non-stick, but you can use any kind until all the aromas flow the kitchen. That was really nice. And when that is done, I let it cool down a little bit and transferred it into this thingy, stone thingy, so I can grind these herbs, these spices, and assemble them together with the other ones I have. And I added later on to this mix the sweet bell pepper, the spicy one, and the smoked one. I added some curcuma and some, well, pepper and salt, some chili powder. Really amazing stuff. And before I rubbed it on the meat, I decided to take some of the fat away, and because it won't dissolve, and yeah, why leave it on? To get the rub on better, I put it into this nice bag, then added the rub, and then I could make sure that it really gets everywhere. I could really massage it into the meat, but this time I didn't leave it overnight because this dry stuff doesn't do anything to the meat, and the herbs really just go a few millimeters into the top layer. So I just skipped that and went ahead and put it right into the crock pot, and then added some cloves of garlic. So I cut it open, the meat, and then tucked in the garlic and even put some on top. And to make sure that will be at the 85 degrees, I put in a thermometer because I wanted to know how much is it in these slow cookers, how high does it get in the meat. And but it's beef, right? So it doesn't have to be all the way through, but 85 degrees is a good thing. And like you can see, I really overdid it with the garlic. It was quite garlicky in the end. But hey, we just put it on set and forget. And after it was done, I believe it was 4 to 6 hours on high. Then it must have been 4 hours. I looked at the thermometer. It said somewhat at 80 degrees, so then it was definitely done. And yeah, here it doesn't look too appetizing, but that will change. You could see that some liquid exited the piece of meat, and this is now still there in the bowl. It is not very much, so it has very concentrated flavor, as you can assume. And here the piece of meat is, and just for comparison, I wanted to put the chunk before cooking here next to it, because here you can see that it did lose a little bit of its size. They were almost half and but that's okay. I think it didn't become too small. Before I wanted to go ahead and yeah, pull it apart, the pulled beef, I took away the first layer of fat again, which was still on there and didn't dissolve. And here you can see these long I don't know what you call them, fasern, these long strands, I don't know, which show that this is a mussel with these long or fibers, strands, muscle, meat. So it really needs some longer cooking, but with this cooking method, no problem at all. And since we want to do pulled beef, that is just fine. This is the fat which I took off, and this I also don't discard. I use it to pan fry onions to give them a nice flavor, and then I can put eggs in it or whatever you'd like. But just for some extra flavor, garlicky flavor in this case, yeah, you can use this fat or just discard it however you like. And here the pulling process started. Pulled the beef apart. Here, this is what we got after the process was done. You have on top left, you have the fat. Top right, you have the sauce. You can see on the top is the fat. And I did put a slight stir to it and put also some back on the meat. So the flavors are really all around. Just after I finished the cooking, I decided to continue a little bit. My friend and me, we have been at a CrossFit session. We came back and needed something to eat. We really were short on time, so she took a shower, and while she was in the shower, I took a little bit of the meat, and I did have a sweet potato, so I prepared some of this and just added some eggs into a pan to yeah, assemble something really quick and easy. I think it was a really nice dish. If I would have had more time, I would have made a small salad, but we decided that we wouldn't need it now. But for a small crunch, we put some scallions on top, and I added some fresh tomatoes, so that was really nice. Later on in the evening, where I had more time, I did something very similar, but this time instead of the eggs, I just added some asparagus. Really, really delicious. The rest of the meat and the sauce went into the freezer because I didn't have any further plans for that right now. After I froze it, and next day or the day after, I wanted to show you how I usually do it. I take out the frozen pulled beef. It's very easy to take some out of it. I also had some sauce which I put aside. I took some of it, and here you see the other ingredients. I also still had some asparagus, some rice left over. So this is really a leftover meal. But thanks to the stuff which I prepared, it was very, very easy to put something really delicious together. That time I even put some salad to it. Here you can see this is my dish. I did add some eggs to it and asparagus. That's what make it take a little bit longer. I had to peel the asparagus and boil them, so that took some time. If not, then I bet under 10 minutes I would have had this on my plate. But well, I really wanted to eat these asparagus. So there you have it. You freeze it and then you just assemble it how you like it. It really gives you endless possibilities how to put things together. And this is just one of them. I hope you like it. If you want to see more of this, just let me know. Leave me some comments, share the video, and have a great day. Till next time.